All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with our end of day report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from postwavetrading.com, home of the world famous postwave price trigger reports. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. And we have a very interesting day today, as the Dow at one point was down 700 points. I do these videos nightly, and I show you the charts, and we go over the various markets that impact the world, and I give you the rally and crash alerts. And I do that because I want to give you fair warning, a heads up before the market moves about what's coming, because people always want to know, where do you see this security going or that security going? And we may not know the exact highs and lows of where the security is going to eventually end up, but we can tell you when it's on its way there. We can tell you when the conditions exist for a market to break out rally or break down crash. I can show you when the algo charts are suggesting that a security is in a bull market or a security is in a bear market. I can show you all those things. But I can't, I repeat, I cannot make you do anything. That's up to you. I provide to you the reports, and it's your job to execute the strategies as you have been taught at postwavetrading.com through the myriad of tutorials that we have there for you. I'm making things so easy a caveman could do it. Remember those commercials? Well, I really have. I made it so that buy here, sell there. It's just that simple. Nothing more, nothing less. Buy here, sell there. And that's it. That's all you have to know. You don't have to do anything else. So without further ado, let's take a look at these algo charts and see what say of the charts. First on deck is the Bitcoin futures. So you can see that we are in a bull market, and you see the big old bull at the bottom right hand side of the corner there. And you saw how we have now come out of the neutralized market condition, and the market sold off today, and it's now given us a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. So basically what happened was we had a crash alert a few days ago, but it was followed by a neutralization bar. So that means that that crash alert was going to be delayed. And indeed it was. And we started now today. So definitely take heed. This bullish pointer of 25,340 was tested and came within $10. We had 25,330, came within $10 of taking that out. So it failed to take it out, and then we proceeded to crash downward, but not after hitting a new weekly high. So right now the conditions exist for the market to, it still has time. It can relock in and rally from here. Or, like the crash alert bar suggests, the market wants to come back down. It's not quite ready to rally yet. I told you I was concerned about the gappage back here. The market could be on its way down. To take that out, find support at the Kumo cloud at 19,000 and then take off. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. Next up, we have the Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF DIA. We came into today with the crash alert, and what did we get? We got a crash. So the market now is falling out of the Kumo cloud and is now in free fall status. It's breaking out of the upper trading range here. You still have some support down in these levels here. All right, so it's close, but these supports are not real supports. They're pretty weak. And so I see the market going in a free fall. I see the 52-week lows now in play. I know. Not a good thing for bulls. And you're in a bullish market in the Dow, but you've been under this bearish trend momentum reading for quite a while, with these overhead resistances laughing and mocking, saying you can't get here, and the market couldn't get there. So now, where is it going? South of the border. Next up, we have silver. Now, silver is in a bull market, and we have a bullish trend momentum reading. We had a rally alert coming into today. The market gave just a little bit of upside production and ended flat. The overhead resistance around, I want to say, the $22 level is proven to be a challenge for now, and it is inside the Kumo cloud. But I anticipate the rally is going to ensue. I think silver is going to break out and it's going to come up here to test the $24 range. That's going to be the initial upside target. So we're still watching the silver. And I know what you're thinking. Well, being that you're right here like that, doesn't it run the risk of falling outside of the Kumo cloud and going into free fall? That would be a possibility if not for the bullish trend momentum reading. If we had a bearish trend momentum reading, I would say, yes, this thing is about to crash and burn. Because we have a bullish trend momentum reading in a bull market, that means that the bull market is locked in. And any downward movement that you see is going to be met with resistance. So here we are. All right. So take note. All right, you see these blue bars, all right, let you know that the bull market is still intact, even though the price action was ebbing and flowing, right? But now we got this. All right, so the market should, in a day or two, be ready for blast off. Next up is nat gas. Now, nat gas has been the story. We're in a bear market in nat gas. We have a bearish trend momentum reading. We're hitting new 52-week lows on a weekly basis, and the market is just not ready to base out. Every time you think it's going to, it changes its mind, like it did back here. It said psych, gave you a rally alert, and then flip-flopped and gave you a crash alert the next day, canceling out the rally alert. Every time this thing tries to want to even think about rallying, it goes nowhere but down. So this one's not ready yet. It will be, though. This is a pretty low level. $2 is a pretty low level, especially being that we've fallen from $10. So it's going to have its day. It's just not ready yet. Be patient. Don't try to pick tops and bottoms. Let the market do that for you. All right. The NASDAQ 100 futures. So you had the crash alert a few days ago. You got the back-to-back downside production. You had another crash alert coming into today from the holiday trading yesterday. And we did get nice downside production. Markets on its way to the 11,500 level, which is the initial downside target on the on this downward leg, which is the Kumo cloud here. And I'm anticipating it's going to stop short here, find support, and then rally, because we have a bearish trend momentum reading. So until the market's ready to turn that off and start locking in, rallying again, we got more downside coming, is my thought on that. All right, next up, we got gold futures. And you can see here, gold futures are in a bull market, but we got this bearish trend momentum reading, and the market is not able to come out of it yet. So right now, kind of drifting sideways last couple of trading sessions. We're inside the Kumo cloud. It's a very wide cloud, 17.5 on the bottom. 18.5 on the top. So yeah, you got room to ebb and flow here, but the market should, find its equilibrium at some point, and then be ready to relock in on the upside to catch back up with silver. I think gold is pulling back, giving silver time to catch up. Then they both should take off together because you are in a bull market. Yes, you are. You've been correcting here, but still in a bull market. Overhead resistance is way up here. The bar has been set way up here for gold. So if it can relock in on the bull side and come up here and catch it, that's great. But if not, this bearish trend momentum reading, you have to respect it. Market's not ready to go higher yet. Not even in a little bit. All right, next up, we got crude oil futures. All right, so oil right now is, oscillating between $76 and $77. Just moving sideways. You're in a bear market and you have a bullish trend momentum reading. Now, this is interesting because the market is just not moving. It's like stuck in the mud. It's in this long-term sideways movement inside the Kumo cloud. It tries to break out of the Kumo cloud either to the downside or the upside, and it just fails and comes right back into the cloud again. You got this. You got support right here below the cloud, and the market is trying to get back down there to test it, but it's not serious about doing it. This bullish trend momentum reading is going to keep the price elevated right now. And we did get a positive bot check. All right, the other day, positive bot check. So when you get a green positive bot check like that, that means we can expect an explosive up move coming. All right, just like back here, the last bot check that we got was on back here. It was a bearish, it was a negative bot check. And not many days after that, we got this huge drop. So a rally's coming. You just got to be ready for it. Let's see here. All right, my man Mick in the land down under says the gap on the nat gas futures was called last night at 2.136. There's still a bearish point at $1.79, which is concerning me. Yeah, that's the thing with nat gas. Nat gas can come down there on you and get to the mid, buck 50s zone and chill there for a minute before taking off again. So you're right, point taken. That's what like I said, it's just not ready. It's still locked in on that bear market, and oil is ready. It's chilling. It's ready to do something. It just hasn't done it. We've been just weak, dragging along, but this is a long base. I think it's building a case for a bear market rally. All right, next up is the U.S. dollar index. So the U.S. dollar index is still in a bear market, as you can see, but we got a bullish trend momentum reading, which means that you're in a situation where you're experiencing a bear market rally off of the lows. Now you've gotten into the Kumo cloud. You've hit the initial profit objective. Now it's on its way to test the secondary objective, which is the top of the Kumo cloud between 107 and 108. And yes, that is possible. As long as this green line remains, this bullish trend momentum reading remains, you can expect that to happen. Now, something unique to talk about too, and that's this negative bot check. And it's been a while now, and we haven't seen the manifestation of it. All right, so something tells me that at any moment, the bear can come back and reclaim the US dollar and take it back down. So be careful on that one. Watch that closely. Next up is XRP Ripple. Let's see here. Give me a second. Okay, so next up is XRP Ripple. You can see it's in a bear market, and it has a bullish trend momentum reading, but you're flat and you haven't done anything yet. So right now. We're going to see if that bear market rally can finally get something going. If not, then I think that means rallies are going to be sold. But for right now, you got to look out for the bear market rally. Next up is Theta. Theta's still in a bear market, and it looks like the bears come back to reclaim it. You got a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. And Litecoin, you're in a bear market, and you got a bearish trend momentum reading. The bear market is reclaimed. This market downtrend channel is in effect, and we got a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Next up is Link or Chainlink. And we got a bear market, and you got a bearish trend momentum reading with a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. The neutralization bar has come off as well. Next up, you got the US dollar index tradable, the UUP ETF. It's showing you that it's a little bit deeper into the cloud than the cash index. You still got the bullish trend momentum reading in a bear market. So this bear market rally is still underway. You got an overhead resistance point that's coming up here within the cloud once you get around midway of the cloud, around 28.5. And we'll see what the market can do from there. Possibility that if it stalls there, that's when the bears will come back in and reclaim this market. Next up is the Ethereum futures. And just like in Bitcoin, we had the neutralization situation right after a crash alert, which was delayed. And now we got the crash alert today after today's downward movement. Kumo clouds coming in between 1450 and 1400. That's your initial downside target on this particular move. And yes, you're in a bull market. And the bullish trend momentum reading has now come off, and the bearish trend momentum reading has taken its place. So you could be looking at another leg down in this correction. All right, we talked about nat gas earlier. Looking at the futures, here's the ETF UNG. And as you can see, this thing is just weak. It's broken all prior support zones back up in here, and it's just weak. All right. Bearish trend momentum reading, bear market, it's locked in. The downtrend is locked in. And until it comes off lock, there's not a thing you can do with this market from a bullish perspective. Bonds. So bonds crashed today with the stock market. This is the long bond ETF TLT. You got a bear market with a bearish trend momentum reading, which means that this bear market is locked into the downside. You're now in free fall, falling outside of the Kumo cloud now, going south, and you are threatening to close below par or 100. That will send this market into a situation where now the 52-week lows are now in play officially. 52-week low is in play, and that's where I think this market is headed. S&P 500 by way of ticker SPY. And you're in a bull market here with a bearish trend momentum reading. And therefore, in this negative bot check, already starting to put in dividends. You're getting close to this thin Kumo cloud at $390 a share. And I think it's going to fall through it like a hot knife through butter. I don't think this is going to really provide any support, but you never know. We'll see. But for right now, the selling is locked in. And until this comes off, there's nothing that the bull trend is going to be able to do. Year in a correction now. So we'll see how far and fast and furious this correction will grow. Next up is silver by way of the ticker SLV. And we saw the silver futures earlier. Now, this one has a rally alert for tomorrow's trading. The overhead resistance right now is around the $21 mark, but the upside target is at $22. All right, so definitely something to watch there on silver. And you have the beginning of a bullish trend momentum reading, which means that this bull market has re-locked in. All right, it means you put in a short-term bottom, and the market is now ready to rock. Next up is the NASDAQ 100 ETF, the QQQ. You crossed over from a bear to a bull market, but you got a bearish trend momentum reading. And so this one is in free fall correction until this is over. The Kumo cloud between 275 and 280 is the downside initial target. I think once it hits there, the bulls will come back in and try to defend the market at that point. Next up, we use the crude oil, all right, the ETF, OIH. And you saw here, we're in a bull market, but you got a bearish trend momentum reading. You got a crash alert. You got this downside production. You've already hit gold. You're right at the Kumo cloud. 300 is going to be the support zone. If that fails, then you go into free fall, and your next support is not until you get down to $270 a share. And then after that, way down here at 198. So, ouch. Yeah. I don't think you're going there. I think the market's going to relock in at some point and then try to take out the 52-week highs. But we'll see. Next up is the Russell My Hustle, the ticker IWM ETF. You're in the bull market, but you got a bearish trend momentum reading, and you're getting all this downside production. And the Kumo cloud is at $180 a share. We'll see what happens when we get there. That's the initial downside target on the move. Next up is one we haven't looked at in a while, and that's HACK, our Illuminati index. You can see it's in a bear market with a bearish trend momentum reading. We had a crash alert, and we've come down and given downside production, and you have another crash alert for tomorrow. The downside target is at $45 a share right here at the top of the Kumo cloud. All right. So it's showing us that we're on high alert, but nothing's really going down. You can see the long period of neutralization where the market is frozen. You had neutralization back here too, where the market dropped and then came down, and then now it brought the market right back. So you're right back to where you started back here. So interesting turn of events. We'll see what happens on this one. But you're in a bear market. Don't forget that. Next up is gold, the gold ETF GLD. So you're in a bull market. You got a bearish trend momentum reading, and you're inside the Kumo cloud now. So you're kind of neutralized and moving sideways. We'll see where this one goes from here. But already it hit the top of the cloud. So you're already at downside objective, or I should say initial objective. Secondary objective is 165, the bottom of the Kumo cloud. We'll see how much deeper the market wants to correct before hitting a bottom. And your gold miners, GDXJ. So this one's in a bull market, and you got a bearish trend momentum reading as well. Market is still in a corrective state. You already hit both primary and secondary downside objectives, which correspond to the top and bottom of the Kumo cloud. So either the market's going to start to base out here, or it's going to drop even more and fall outside of the Kumo cloud. We'll see how much deeper the correction wants to go. But you do have support way down here between the $27 and $28 range, and then again down here by the $26 range. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And that's it. All right, folks, you know what to do. The system works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Make money, not excuses. Smash that like button, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.